Good day. This is the European Open briefing for Tuesday, July 12th. My name is Michael Florentiades. I am the chief economist here at xm.com, and these are the key points you should be looking at today. Dollar yen rises above 103 on stimulus hopes, and as we have some risk on trades out there, risk assets rising, safer to say that yen is falling rather than dollar is rising. We'll get into that, of course. Sterling dollar rises above 130 after Theresa May becomes sole candidate for UK's Prime Minister position of UK Prime Minister. She will be starting that job on Wednesday, it looks like. It's a relatively data light day today. We had Japanese corporate goods, German final CPI. Later in the US session, we have JOLTS job openings. Mark Carney, the governor of the Bank of England, is due to speak in Parliament on financial stability. And the Fed's Tarullo and Bullard are due to speak later. As you can see, dollar yen crossed above 103 on news we will have a stimulus bill of around 10 trillion yen, or around 97 billion US dollars is to be drafted. The Nikkei was up again today. The S&P closed at a new all-time high yesterday on Wall Street. So as you can see, there is less need for hedges and safe havens. Some optimism also might be related to the some uncertainty lifting in the UK with the new prime minister, with the choice of a new prime minister. However, as I hinted at the introduction, dollar yen going up is not the whole story. Why? Because the dollar is doing poorly versus the euro, as the single currency crossed above 111. The Aussie is also doing well versus the US dollar. It has risen above 76 US cents. So interestingly, aside from the yen, with the other currencies, we are seeing some broad dollar weakness. And the pound crossed over 130. It has recovered sharply from Monday's 128.49 low after the Tory party's leadership contest ended because of the withdrawal of one of the two main candidates, and Theresa May will now become Prime Minister on Wednesday, right after Prime Minister Cameron hands in his resignation to the Queen. According to Theresa May, Brexit means Brexit, so she is going ahead with that. She has a strong mandate, but she is not ready to trigger Article 50 before the end of the year. She wants the UK to be ready for the exit negotiations from the EU, and that is going to take some time. I mean, the UK doesn't even have trade negotiators, so this is not going to be an easy process. And she is avoiding to push that trigger because that would start a 2-year countdown process. At the same time, the longer she delays, this uncertainty is not really doing anyone many favors. So there are some pros and cons to this delay, because it also delays the uncertainty. While we're speaking about the pound, I should note that pound yen has moved 6 big figures from yesterday, from 130 to 136. That's a massive move in foreign exchange markets amongst major currencies. So we are putting now it's like the past 24 hours biggest winner was the pound, with the previous 24 hours biggest loser, the Japanese yen. Onto the calendar, we had the Japanese corporate goods prices. They were in line with expectations. We had some improvement in the National Australia Bank business conditions and business confidence. That's something that might have helped the Aussie, so rising above 76 US cents there, as we said earlier. We had the German final CPI. It was bang in line with estimates. And later during the US session, we have the NFIB Small Business Optimism Index. We have wholesale inventories and sales, and also, of course, JOLTS job openings for May, around 5.7 million. So that could be interesting to watch what is happening in the US labor market. A lot of job openings there. We also have the API weekly crude stocks later. And in terms of speeches, we have the Bank of England's Mark Carney testifying on financial stability report before Parliament. That's at 09:30 GMT. And Tarullo and Bullard are due to speak at 13:50 Tarullo and 13:35 GMT Bullard. So that's all the market's main themes, I would say. The UK, what is happening in the UK, and the risk on rally around the world. So thank you very much for watching and have a great day.